What's up? Welcome to episode 4 of the Lava Lamp podcast. I'm your host, and you're with the host only. So, might be a little bit shorter of an episode, but let's just get right into it. Something I just like, I just really do love being myself. And to everyone, even if I meet new people, or just my same friends or family, or whoever it is, I feel and I try to display I just try to be the same person because I hate when just as an example, when girls are fake around chicks that they don't like but they pretend to be friendly. Nah, if I don't like you, I'm not yeah, you're fucking, yeah, I don't like you. And some people may say I may come off as different when I'm around different people, but I feel it's just the mood I'm in. Because if I'm in a bad mood, then it probably seems like I don't like you, but it's just because of the mood I'm in general. So anyone around me when I'm in that bad mood, I'm not gonna like them at all, you know. So I need to drink some of this. It's thirsty out here, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel it's a really good trait to have. Cause I don't know. It just bugs me when people are really friendly with you, or they just act different. When people, you can just tell, that you have those friends. I know too they just act different when they're around other people, or in public compared to how they are if it's just you and them hanging out. I watched the UFC fight 249, Ferguson versus Gaethje, for the interim lightweight, I think, championship. That was hard to watch. Tony Ferguson get beat up like that. The other good fights, Cowboy versus Pettis 2. I don't know. I thought maybe a tie, just because of the takedowns that Donald Cerrone was getting. I felt I don't know. I felt that deserved a tie maybe for the setup for the third match, or maybe even a win for him. Other fights, Francis Ngannou being scary and knocking out Rosenstrike in 20 seconds. I just can't. It's mostly the main event that was just hard. It was hard to watch. Gaethje obviously just kind of picked apart Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson didn't really go for any takedowns or anything, which I thought he was going to do, since Justin is so good standing up, and all of his kicks are just his low kicks to chop up your leg. So I thought maybe he was gonna take him down more, and he didn't really. The first round it looked pretty even. Second round, I know at the end, Tony Ferguson got that uppercut on him and dropped him, and then the bell rang. I don't know, Justin Gaethje didn't get saved by the bell, because he jumped back up pretty easily, but he would have kind of just been in a bad spot. But then after those later rounds, Tony Ferguson started getting he'd overextend, and then he just get popped with the right, and then at the end of every combo, Justin was hitting him with the left hook. I think the left hook, it was his left side, because Ferguson's right eye was really cut up, and it kept working. So, and then the corner, they didn't really, or Tony Ferguson's corner, they didn't really seem too helpful. Eddie Bravo was just saying he looked really good out there, and that was about it. Yeah, so I don't know where it sets up. I know they, all the fighters have been tweeting about it. I see maybe, well, obviously Justin versus Khabib, and then I see maybe Ferguson versus Poirier, since they both came off, or not, lost their interim belts. So maybe them two fight it out, and then they get a rematch. Whoever wins between them, and then I know Conor thinks he should fight up there, but he's new and he got back. I feel it'd be better if he fought Masvidal first, and then if he jumps down to that lightweight division, fights a top 5 dude, and then maybe he gets a title shot, just because he's Conor McGregor, so he gets all the fights he wants. He's kind of struggling from being locked up all these times. I've been, just like everyone else, doing whatever work I can to make money. Been working out, trying to, so I can be the next heavyweight champ. 225 or 205. What's light heavyweight? 205 pounds. So yeah, I've been working out, been playing a lot of video games. I've been trying to get into some new stuff, but like I tried playing CS:GO on my laptop, but I am just not good with a mouse. After all these years of playing on a controller, I just need to practice more, but I was getting smoked on. I was trying to play competitive, so I stopped that after like 3 games. What other games have I been playing? I've been playing a lot of Smash Bros. Ultimate. My internet's been pretty bad recently though, so I've been just like in the lab practicing with my mains, trying to set up college stuff. There's just only so much I can do since I gotta wait for my diploma and all that before I can do whatever next steps I need to do for the college, like applying application type deal. Probably gotta try out for some sports. I don't know what I'm gonna try out for yet. I'll just have to see and feel it out. I kind of forgot what sports they have. Maybe like running. Speaking of running, actually, I remember one time on Halloween, back in the day. I forget where I was. I don't think I was at the house, or if I was just too young to remember because it was quite a while ago, and obviously we got tricked on Halloween, so someone TP'd our house or egged our house. I think they egged our house, and my brother, who's quite a ways older than me, he was probably my age back then when I was small, and yeah, so he starts chasing them down barefoot, like through the streets, and he's like chasing them down, and then eventually he catches up to one of them. Or because, like, they all split up. So, like, there's, like, 2 that were running that my brother was chasing. And, like, there was the 2 of them. And then, like, the 2 kind of, like, split up. Like, the one's faster than the other guy. So he's going off. And then my brother comes up, like, full sprint. And hits him with the fucking falcon punch. Right in the back of the head. And the kid goes down, obviously, because they're still running. Kid eats it on the ground. Just, like, big time. And so my brother realized it was a kid from, like, school that he knew from school. Or I don't know if he knew him or just saw him at school or something. But just stole the kid's backpack and walked home. So that was nice. And then the other buddy that kept running. Real friends, how many of us. But yeah, that kind of reminds me. I'm going to try out for a sport that can let me do something like that. I'm going to make up a new sport. That's how I'm going to get famous, Just make up a new sport. Because at this point, pretty much everything can be a sport. I see people fucking playing with themselves. It's a sport on Pornhub Live, And, some people call that athleticism, but I don't really know. Yeah, comment down below how y'all's days have gone. Like any tips, anything fun you've been doing. Just any funny stories, any questions you guys might want me to ask, or me to ask, for me to answer on the next episode. I could have, like, some other people hop on, and we can do a big, like, Q&A podcast, I guess, or, like, debates, or anything like that. Any topics are welcome that, obviously, I would know. So, you can comment on if I don't know it all. Pass it on to one of my buddies that will know, and they can answer it for me, but yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, back to the more ranty type topic. I just really stuff that just, like, weird shit that just, like, grinds my gears. Like, people that I wouldn't know how to describe it. I don't think it's like a god complex, because I feel like that's too extreme to what I'm trying to describe. But basically, like, an example, or I guess, like, just someone that's, like, blatantly just says the obvious, I guess. That just, like, everyone already knows. So, like, not unwritten, but, like, you just know. Right? Like, I saw this thing in one of these chats I'm in. Because, fucking, I'm popular. You know what I'm saying? And someone had posted a tier list And like everyone was talking back and forth about it, and then I forgot, someone said something, and then he replies like, well, we have to remember that it is kind of it is bias, or it is personal bias, something like that. But it's like everyone know it's like, yes, a tier list is a tier list. Like no shit. Like come on now. That's I don't know how did it. What you would I think it's just Captain Obvious. I don't know. Captain. I don't know why I just thought of this, but there used to be a kid that we went to school with in elementary school. He used to actually live pretty close in our, like in our neighborhood. What was his name? I forgot his name. It was quite a while ago, but this kid for some reason, God, now that I like look back. You guys ever look back on something like? Probably not, but the more I look back, I realize like me and like my buddies were pretty douche canoey back then. We were pretty assholes to some of the kids, but this kid I remember he didn't like cheese at all. So what we would do is if someone had like a Lunchable, we would sacrifice our cheese in order to throw it at this kid. And we were friends with him. Like he sat with us at lunch and ate with us. Which I don't know why. I would have definitely got up. I wouldn't have sat next to us either. But yeah, we just throw cheese at him, and then he'd like get his little. It was fun. But yeah, that kid. I think he was pretty smart. I know he was really smart for his age. I remember I got in trouble for asking him if he wanted to fuck a girl he likes in like first grade. Because like I had just learned what the birds and the bees were, you know what I'm saying? So and I thought I was late to the party on knowing this for some reason. I don't know why. I thought I was like new to the game at figuring out what this shit was. So I'd already assumed this man already had some game he was spitting. So I asked him and he was like, "What is that?" And I think my exact response, I was like, "Oh, you just put like your private parts and her private parts in there. Yeah, that's it." And he was like, "Oh no." And then he went and told his mom like an asshole. And then I got in trouble. Yeah, I got in trouble, but at least he knows now. I wonder if he looks back to that time. He's like, well, now that I think about it, maybe I would. Maybe I would. Yeah, apparently Kim Jong-un won his gulag against whoever he had to fight and came back to life. I don't know. I think he just faked his death. That I think is like what really came out. He just like pretended to die. And then he like when he got done pretend dying, because like he wanted to see like which of his men like betrayed him, and then he fucking it's like, hey, I'm not dead, bitch, and then he killed a bunch of people. So that's pretty. I mean, like, come on, that's pretty. That dude got a big brain. That's pretty fucking smart. But also, he's the only fat person in like the higher up of Korea. Literally, like you could see, like he's the only one. You can look it up like at meetings or something. All of his men standing next to him, all the military guys, they look like they just came from some sort of martial arts practice. And that's not a race thing. That's just how I perceive it. But yeah, they look the super all well in shape. And then there's Kim Jong Un, who just comes out looking big and bulky, and he just kills a bunch of people. I mean, that's why they don't have any cases of corona. Because the one dude that had it, they kind of off the map. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like, oh, and then they're done. But now they don't have any more cases of it. So, I mean, that's kind of a win. I could see that as a win in their book. You got to give props where props is due, even if you don't like them. Fuck, I'm tired for no reason. Being locked, my energy levels have gone way down. Truly, like I feel more tired. Like doing like normal stuff, like work. Like if I go work out, I feel like more tired than usual from working out. Like I did legs yesterday and got a hamstring cramp when I was trying to sleep. I thought the Lord was coming down to strike me with lightning or something. I didn't even know what was happening. Luckily, I stretched my leg out before it got too bad, so saved my leg. What I do yesterday, I don't know if it's a little fitness hour of the podcast. I've definitely been working out less. I've been trying to do since because typically you're at school, so you're already kind of walking around, and then so I've been trying to do a little more cardio than usual, so that way it kind of balances it out, because now I'm just sitting at home and then going to work out and coming home and just sitting down more. So 4 days out of the week I'll actually lift, whatever that is, just your classic legs, back, bi, chest, tri, shoulders, forearms, all that good stuff. And then the other days there's a park right next to me, so I usually go middle of the day when nobody's outside. I'll go play that a little bit, go practice. I don't know why I'm fucking yawning so much. I do a little boxing. I hit the heavy bag and the speed bag a little bit, just from watching so much UFC, you kind of get into it. So been practicing on that a lot. I'll go on a walk or run, because my shout out to my friend Matthew, fitness guru. So follow him on Instagram, matt.bray, if you need any fitness help, because that man's a pro. But yeah, we were talking about it, and he said actually if you walk, walking is better at burning fat than running, just because when you run you're also using up. And I could be completely fucking up what he said, so there's also that. But now I lost my train of thought. This is sick. Yes. Okay, I remember now. Because when you run, you're also using up your proteins and carbs to fuel you, because you're going faster. But when you're walking, now obviously you gotta walk for a longer distance now, because if you walk a mile and run a mile, you're still gonna burn more if you run the mile. But say if you walk 3 miles, then it's yeah. And then you're still walking, so your bones are getting denser, because you're going against gravity and you're not on a bike. But yeah, because it's more low pace, and then you're just burning, your body's just burning up the fat without having to use your extra carbs and the proteins you have to fuel you. My goal is probably to be I want to be 170 to 175. I feel is a good weight, because right now I'm 164. We started working out about was it May? So a little over 2 years, a couple months over 2 years, I think. Yeah, when we started back when I was sophomore, I was barely 140, if I'd fucking gotten out of the shower. And then you get your newbie gains, which really, I feel if you really want to work out, if you can push through, because the newbie games, they get you feel, obviously, for people that are really lazy, the super soreness they don't really like. But there was some thing, because I was I wanted to stop being really small, so feeling super sore like that, I knew, I was oh, my muscles are they're sore because they're getting stronger. And then eventually that stops. But then at that point, if you've gone that far to where your newbie gains stop, I feel you're pretty into it now, so then you'll keep going. But yeah, it's not that hard, honestly. Now, it may seem like you got to eat. Another yawn. It may seem like you got to eat fucking this much, and you got to eat at this time, which there's some truth to that. I refer to myself, I don't eat bad, but I'm not super healthy. I eat good. So I allow myself not go out of my way to eat something unhealthy, but I'll allow it one unhealthy thing a day or something like that. So if that's like fucking ice cream or whatever, I'll allow like one mess up because um, I already have a fast metabolism, so I burn like calories just by sitting here doing nothing. So when I do when I do cardio and all my other stuff, it kind of makes up for it, which isn't really a good mindset, but um, what can you do? And working out's good. I do like when you start working out, you don't want to go too hard, so you don't feel dead, and then you like kind of get scared off from working out, and like it's too hard. If you're trying to get into it, I say stick mostly to calisthenics and like simple dumbbell exercises, just to get into it, just so you can handle your own body weight and like understand, like so your body kind of understands what's happening almost. Like doing push-ups, pull-ups, curls for the girls, just stuff like that. Shoulder shrug. I don't know, just like kind of all that instead of going like, oh, I'm going straight into bench. But if you're super weak and you can only do the bar, then I feel like you need to like wait a little bit, because for the first probably, I wouldn't say, well, maybe half a year to a year. I don't. Maybe like we'll say 9 months. We'll meet in like the middle, like the first 9 months to working out when we were getting our newbie gains. I need to put a yawn counter on this. I'll add it up by the end of the pod. I'll guess like, oh, it's too much. I'm not even gonna kid myself that I'm actually gonna make a yawn counter. But yeah, when we started working out, we only did like four workouts per muscle group, like 4 to 5. And we had it split. We'd do like back by forearms, chest, triceps, shoulders, and then legs. And yeah, it was about four-ish workouts per day, and then at the end of it, every day, or at least like over half of the days we worked out, we'd do core and obliques after, which helps because now that, because you kind of just like, I naturally kind of just did it less because I was more focused on the normal muscles. It helps your body like keep it, because even now like I'll work out my abs like once or twice, like once a week, twice if I'm feeling really good about myself, maybe twice a week. But just from doing it so often back then, you get a good structure basically. So that's good. But yeah, if you guys, I know a decent amount about working out and fitness and stuff. So if you guys got any questions, I mean, I can make a little workout video if you guys really wanted. Just let me know below. Any comments about like any tips eating, and also back to like before I change the subject, back to like what to eat. Like I already like don't snack a lot. Like I know a lot of people like snacking on stuff, but like just already I didn't really snack a lot. Like I would just eat like at like the meal time. I'd eat like because now well, now that school's over, my like when I eat's this random now, but I used to be like on a I'd eat before school, and then I'd eat right after school. So ate at like, we'll just say like 7. Ate at like 7 in the morning, and then I'd eat at like 12:20, and then I'd eat like a little bit after workout, like protein shake, and like if we had like hard boiled eggs made, like something like that, vitamins and stuff. That's like a little thing just to kind of like make sure my body has enough fuel to repair my muscles after working out, and that's usually maybe 4 p.m. I'd say, and then I'd eat again at like 7 to 8. Well, yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, and then I usually like wasn't going to sleep until like 11 o'clock. So that's still, if I ate dinner at 7, that's still like 4 hours before I actually went to sleep. So my food is because it's kind of like you don't get that acid reflux, and then I would get about like 7-8 hours of sleep for school. So I was still sleeping enough for my muscles to like recharge and get better. Another yawn. My goal, because right now like I said, I'm only like 164. I want to get up heavier, and I see the god awful those Snapchat stories. I don't even know what band stories like the porn. I think that's like a Pornhub thing. Band stories. It's where it should. These workouts should be on. I bet if I look, I could probably find one. I could probably pop it up on the. I'll try and pop up the video on the video. Let's see if I can find one. But it's just like there's this one and this kid that weighed like 135 pounds, and he went to deadlift. What were you trying to deadlift? Like 4 plates, or like 3.5 plates, like 370, I think, like 370 pounds, something like like a really good amount of weight, but just like, oh, he's obviously not strong enough to do it. So like when he starts out, his back is like he's lifting with his whole back, and I was literally in pain watching. I'm not just trying to like, I'm not trying to shit on him, because first of all, his back is arched. It looks like half of the McDonald's. If you copy and pasted and reversed him, and put him next to him again, I would be like, oh, am I about to go to McDonald's? Am I watching an ad for McDonald's right now? Because that's what it looked like. And then he starts resting the bar on his legs as he's going up with it. So he's already fucking it up. And then to end it all off, he doesn't go up all the way. He goes like, he's like fucking about to explode. And then he puts the weight down and everyone's like, woohoo. So yeah. Form. Big part is form. That's also why it's good to like start out with just calisthenics and dumbbells so you can get form down. And you're not as shaky, so you're not shaking a bunch. So you have good form and your muscles are kind of already ready for it, you know? And people that squat and don't go down all the way, that's the bane of my existence. We have like a little workout, little group chat that we have, because, you know, popular. I'm just kidding. No, but, yeah, we have like a workout one, and we'll just send like people who are like trying to squat, and then they just they don't even, like, they just go down a little bit, or like the girls that are benching like 2 plates, and they have their feet on the bench, and their back's like so arched, they go down like a couple inches and put it back up, and it's like, I mean, yeah, it's cool, but like you're not doing the whole workout, you know. Ugh. Like junior year and senior year for high school, I took a weight class just because I had like the extra class to do, and you need the elective credits and it counts as an elective, so I was like, yeah, why not? There was I watched my one friend actually almost I wouldn't say die, but basically die. So this kid has about 2 plates set up, I think, on each side of the bar. I forget. Or maybe, like, I don't know. It was a lot of weight, which I think, like, him and his all, like, because, like, you get grouped up when you're working out in the weight room. So he goes and he starts taking the weight off. However, though, he's only taking it off one side. And it's, like, it's a lot. It's, like, it's too much weight to be doing that. And my friends, because, like, the squat racks are kind of set up semi-close to each other. And, like, they were in the squat rack next to us. And my friend was, like, on the outside, like, putting the weights away. Because, like, everyone's cleaning up. So this dude's taking the weights off. And this thing flings over. Because he takes off, like, the last plate on it. So it's, like, no plates on the one side. And then however much was on the other. Takes it off. And I look over just randomly. And this thing flings over. And then makes a rut. Obviously smashes down. It actually doesn't hit my friend, luckily, so that's good. It missed it. It scared him. That scared me too. Like, I didn't even know what was happening, and then it fell down. That dude got in trouble. So yeah, that was cool. So yeah, make sure you take the weight off properly. Oh, Oh, this just reminded me. So back when I was visiting uh, my brother in Australia, who's actually the sponsor of the video. So I'll get to that in a little bit. Um, yeah. Okay, so I was at the Torque Fit gym. One of the probably the best gym in Australia. So check it out. Link in the description. But I'm working out. I think it was chest day. Yeah. I was doing bench, and my cousin actually had like at the same because I think he had just graduated high school. I think so. It was kind of like his. I don't know. He lives in wherever the fuck in the middle of the country. In the middle of the U.S. Like one of the worst places to live. So he's there too, just like kind of coincidentally. So he's working out there with me too, and for some reason, he's like I have him spot me on bench. So and I go to put the clips on the side, so the weight doesn't fall off. And this man's is insisting that I don't put them on because he's spotting me. But like, even though that's true, the whole point also of the clips is so if I'm not down like completely even and like my right side is down a little bit more than my left when I go down for my rep and the weight slips off just a little bit and I go back up and it starts swinging around, then my weight is just so undistributed. So I just couldn't be fucked anymore. And I was like, whatever, bro. So I still did them. I put the clips on. No, I still put them on. Yeah, because I couldn't be fucked, mate. So I put them back on and I just did my set. And then another time, the same week, I don't know if it was the same week or next week, because I was there for a couple weeks. I'm doing legs, and already this like dude's like trying to. I just get mad when kids that are not strong have like they have to prove it to you. Like there's this kid. I'll get back to the other story, but there's this kid in my chemistry class that I've known for a while, and I guess apparently he had just started. He started getting into working out, and he was like, he was just like asking me about it, and it was cool. He said he weighed like 145, I think. So, pretty small. And he said he had like just started working out. And he's like, I checked out what he was doing. He's doing more like cardio based stuff, like cycling and swimming and shit. So I was like, oh, maybe he's going for like a runner type, like just toned out. So that's like cool, And then he like said, I don't know, he told my buddy, cause like me and like my other buddy works out, and he told him like he hit like over 2 plates on benching. He hit like two fucking like too much, honestly. That's how much weight it was. Too fucking much that he was lying about. So, cause if you're that and you're saying you bench over 2 plates, it's too much. Too much. And I know people are gonna say, well, like, oh, you don't fucking know. Yeah, I do, cause my buddy, that's like probably more into fitness than anyone I know besides my brother who owns the gym. He's been working out for like 4 years, and he's like now just getting like he's like hit 2 plates, and he's able to do like a couple reps for 2 plates now. So there's no way this little kid that just started working out is hitting like what? Unless he's doing the girl, obviously. When the girls stick their boobs up and then they bring it down a couple inches, then maybe. And if that's the case, I could fucking do 3 plates. But yeah, that's my rant. And then, kids that this isn't even about working out. This is just something I hate when kids are posting their fucking workout posts. And like, some of them they're just like, you can see they're like dying of lack of oxygen from flexing so hard in the mirror to post it to their Snapchat. It's like, cool, bro. And then a classic thing I see is when dudes like when they post or they're like have like they're posting like their little shirtless picture. Don't ask. All right, I'm on. Don't ask. All right, don't ask why I follow people that do that, because I unfollow them. If I see that, I go, oh wow, don't want to see this anymore. So that they get unfollowed. But they like suck in their abs, and you can tell because like what if they have like any oblique muscles, their oblique muscles pop out like hella, but then their abs are like kind of sucked in. Like I bet you could probably hear it. I'm trying to like do it right now. Ugh, and then they post it, but like I could rant so long about it, but this, you know what? It'll be long. It gives me something to talk about. Another kid that I know that works out, he posts his workout pictures of him working out. And I'm friends with this guy, so, you know, like, I'm happy for him that he's working out. You know, it's sick, you know. I love seeing people, like, get healthy. Not saying he was unhealthy at first, but it's just, like, good for you, you know, all that jazz. But he turns up his contrast on his pictures, like, so high. It looks like he puts contrast up to 100, saves it, and then reopens it up in whatever app he's editing it in, and then saturations it up, or contrast up, all the way again. So, dude looks like every single, like, muscle, little shadow, I don't know, it looks fucked. And no one knows, except other people that work out. So, if you guys see someone that posts and the contrast is too high up, you need to let's start a, I don't even know what kind of hashtag we could start. Damn, this is hard now. Just something funny. Something funny, just so we know. All right, okay. Somehow I actually remembered what I was talking about before. Back to the leg day with my cousin at the Torque Fit gym. So, we're doing legs, and since, you know, we're in Australia, I didn't want to drive, like, because, I mean, I have my license, but opposite side of the road and stuff, so I didn't want to crash, because I saw, literally that same time I was there was this Asian guy driving, and he turns into the fucking wrong side of the road, coming, like, towards us, and it was like, oh, wow. And then he realizes it, and he, like, dude, like, flips out. It was awesome. But, so we're doing legs, and, you know, they're still working at the gym, but they're in, like, so once he finishes the workout, he goes and asks my brother if he could get, like, if his wife was near, like, come pick us up, I guess, from working out, you know, since they had to be there working at the gym for a while. And, like, just, like, luckily she was, like, driving by looking at, like, I think their Pilates studio they were making. Yeah, they're getting a Pilates studio, which is close by. So, there's that, too. So, apparently she was on her, like, she was there or something. So, like, picking us back up. But dude doesn't, like, never once thought it would be a smart idea to ask if I was done with my workout, too. And then he finally's like, oh, how much do you have left with my workout? I was like, bro, because, like, they got all the equipment and stuff. And I was like, I did, like, 8 leg workouts, bro. My legs were dead the next day. And I was like, I still got, like, a good amount. And then I did a little core and obliques, too. I was feeling good about myself that day. The gym brings a different energy in me. So, yeah, I tell him that. And it's like, oh, okay. And then still has her come and leaves, and just leaves my ass there, bruh. So I finished my workout, and then I could wait for, like, them to close up the gym, but that's still, like, I'd already been working out for almost 2 hours, so I didn't want to stay there another hour and a half, 2 hours anyways. So I ended up having to, after a fucking leg day, I had to fucking walk/jog back to their house, which is however many miles away. So that sucked cock. A doodle-doo. And yeah, that was my experience there. But hold up, speaking of, since I'm talking about them so much, let's get into the sponsor of the video. Okay, so I'd like to thank the sponsor of the video, Torque Fit. Torque Fit is a boutique style training centre located in Surf Coast in Torquay, Victoria, in Australia. We pride ourselves on a state-of-the-art facility with a friendly, motivating atmosphere. Our gym is divided up into 3 training categories: spin, stretch, and sweat. Each training style has its own benefits. Our recommendation, add all 3 of your weekly fitness routines. So you can do all 3, get a little bit of everything. Spin class, the first one. Our spin classes are a challenging indoor cycling fitness experience. Engage with those around you and stay motivated throughout the heart racing class. The other class is stretch. These classes focus on building strength, flexibility, and mobility. And they offer a range of classes including Pilates, Reformer, and MAT. And finally, the sweat class. The sweat class focuses on the use of dumbbells, TRX, kettlebells, and bodyweight exercises while getting a cardiovascular core intense workout. So, yeah, they have, since, Corona, so people haven't been able to go to gyms. They have posted workout stuff, workout tips, little workouts you can do at home on their Instagram, which is linked in the description below. So why don't you guys stop by, give them a like and follow, say you're from the Lava Light Podcast. It'd mean a lot. And you guys get a nice little workout out of it too. And I am back. Cool. So, thirsty still, Been playing a lot more Call of Duty. Warzone's fun. I only have 2 wins on it though. It gets really hard in the final circles because everyone fucking uses the M4. I lost my train of thought. But honestly, even in multiplayer, I mostly use only SMGs, pretty religiously for the past however many Call of Duty since Black Ops 2. I would really only use SMGs, but especially when there's degenerate SMGs like the Grau or M4, I ain't gonna touch them. So, playing multiplayer the other day, and I got fucking owned close up by a dude using the M4, and I had my MP7. I was hitting my shots too, and dude still got the kill on me, and it was really sad. I found this lobby of these Mexican guys, free coupons. So I just squatted up with them. I just squatted up with random people, trying to get good. My KD's a 1.33, something pretty awful. I've been trying to get it better though. I know Black Ops 4, that was probably the last Call of Duty I really, really grinded. I was Prestige 10, or I don't think Prestige 10. I think I was Prestige 8 or something. And then I had Diamond SMGs and Diamond, what's it called? The burst guns, the marksman rifles. And my KD on that game was a 2.06. And then I would play the competitive mode. And it just kind of got boring, obviously. And then the new Call of Duty's come out, so. Other than that, I've been playing Pokemon Soul Silver. That's trying to play some old games, I just beat Whitney, Gym Leader, I think that's her name, with Meltank. I don't know how many of you guys play Pokemon, but yeah, just been playing that. Not super into Pokemon, too hard, but just something to do when I'm bored, Something to do when I'm bored. I got the story up actually on the plane ride back home, or 2. I forget. I think it was 2. Going to Australia. Your boy sat in premium because that's the only life I live, is a premium lifestyle. So it's only you and one other person sitting next to you. And it was this older guy, maybe, I don't know, you can't really tell with Australian people. They're this dude could have been fucking 45 or he could have been 70. Didn't really know. So his age was somewhere in there. But yeah, like he sat. I always sit aisle because aisle seat's the best one. And there's just no. The only thing is you have to get up. But luckily for me, when this dude needed to go up to take a piss, he like he puts it down. He like looks at me and so I was like, oh, so I like start like moving my shit, like put like my tray up and shit so he can get out. And he's like, oh no, it's fine. And I was like, huh? And this dude gets up and he like standing on the armrest, and this dude is like grappling over me like a parkour artist over a building, and this dude's fucking like I didn't even want to look. I didn't even want to see if there was gooch in my face or not. So I just like reclined my shit all the way back, and I literally closed my eyes until he got over me. And I was thinking, I was like, am I really going to let this dude do this to me again once he's done pissing? But yeah. Yeah, I did. I was too lazy to get up, so I just had to suck it up. No. That was a bad choice of words. I had to look away again. I had to look away again when he was looking at me. Oh, nice and windy outside. I hate the wind. Wind's the worst. Probably the worst weather condition, I feel like. I don't think there's anything worse. I'm trying to think. Because, like, you got snow. Snow's awesome. Rain. Rain's sick. It's alright. Why am I talking about this? Light. I should make a tier list for weather conditions. Like sunny, partly cloudy, rainy, thunderstorms, lightning, fucking acid rain, hail. No. Everyone's been having to do the distant learning, but for some reason, I don't know if it's just our school district or all of them in general, the work it can't go against your grade, so I was like, oh, cool. So I'll do this, and I can get my B's up to an A and have, like, end off the last semester with, like, a 4.2 or whatever. Because, like, if I got an A in the AP class, that hasn't happened. Oh, another one. Ugh. But that hasn't happened. But luckily, it's been getting excused. I should actually probably check that in case a rule changed and now I'm just fucked. Because then, I'd cry. Honestly, I'd cry. And just have to listen to Jaden Smith Electric Sire album and Simp. No, Simp's. iDubbbz is a simp though, and that's facts. I don't know if you guys saw that clip of the Amanda Cerny and that other Valerie, not Val. I think her name was Val. I don't know. Both of the clip I know the other chick went pretty viral because she was like talking shit on her chat for not subbing or something like that. They're like, well, she was like, if you have time to watch, you have time to sub, or you have enough money to sub, and if you don't have enough money to subscribe, you shouldn't be watching. You should be go grinding, go chase a bag. Is the gist of it. It's basically what both of them said, and then, because I know the Amanda Cerny chick was talking about reaching a sub goal for something. She's like, well, if you don't hit it, then we don't get it. But it's like, I don't get why people feel entitled when they're willingly putting out entertainment for people. Because I feel like if you do that, you should realize you're not getting paid, And it's like, well, if you need money that bad, maybe get a part-time job or just make better content or post more or like, what the fuck? How are you going to sit and complain at your fans and just be like, hey, if you're fucking too poor, if you're so poor you can't sub, you can't give me your $5? Oh, what'd she say? It's only $5. Yeah, if it's only $5, then why do I have to give it to you? if it's only $5, I shouldn't have to give it to you then. If it's only $5, But maybe just make better content, and then I'll sub. So I gave, but if you do those OnlyFans, my OnlyFans, whatever it's called, OnlyFans, then maybe, then I might reconsider, But yeah, just make the better content. Like, I know, like, I'm doing this for, like, I really like making I like really making la 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 la. Holy shit. I think I just had a stroke. No, but I truly just like making podcasts. It's nice just to talk, say some funny stories if I have, like, something specific I want to talk about, something a little more serious, or just talk with friends, because, sometimes your friends can have fun stories. That's like the whole fun of it, and that's just what I'm doing it for. It's just for fun, and it's like a nice little hobby to do. What are we at? 53 minutes. It's pretty good. Something I like really try not to do. I don't really like talking about other people's, like, business. Like, obviously there's some stuff, I guess, but for an instance, for some reason my one buddy was like, I don't know, he was just talking to his girlfriend about, like, stuff I was doing. It's not even that, like, what he was saying about me was bad. It was just something, like, strange, I'm not gonna get into it, but it was, like, just, like, a strange topic. Like, I wasn't mad that he said it, but I don't know. It's like, I mean, if it doesn't add to the conversation like that, like, I don't feel like there's a need for it. Also, like, talking, I don't know, because you gotta hate your friends a little bit for them to be your friends, and if you don't, then yeah, you guys aren't really friends. Like, there's definitely times like, amongst the group of friends where, someone gets mad, and, like, there's things I don't like about my friends, like, easily. Like, I could probably make a whole podcast talk. I could make a whole another episode talking about what I don't like about them and our arguments and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we're still friends, because I feel like the reason for that is, like, we're so real with each other, and that's kind of back, like, I don't really talk about people, like, talk about people's business or talk shit about people, yeah. And if I do, me and my other buddy, we kind of, like, had talked about this, and we agreed on it. Like, if it's something I'm not willing to say to them, then I don't need to say it at all. Then I can just keep it to myself, So there's sometimes, like, there'll be something I say, but I'm like, it's like, I have no issue saying this to the person, like, because I don't know, I just keep it real, And I know that sounds super, super fucking dumb, but I don't really know how else to say it. Like, I don't know, I just try and stay the same person, but, and just stay real, and that really helps. Like, people, I don't know, being friends for a long time, like, me and all of our buddies were real with each other, so that's why, like, sometimes we'll argue, like, people will get mad, and, don't talk for a couple days, but we're still friends. We still, like, got each other's backs, all the good stuff like that. But yeah, you always gotta be mad. You always gotta hate your friends a little bit, because if you don't, then, like, are they really your friends? Because, like, the person he told asked someone, and then they asked me about it. It's like, it's just so unnecessary. Like, just, I don't know. I just worry about myself. Like, if someone tells me, like, quote unquote, like, drama about someone, or, like, I'll listen, but and I'll have an opinion about it, but it doesn't mean I need to speak about it or tell someone else. I try and keep to myself about, like, serious stuff like that, just because, like, most of the time people don't care, and people that do care will probably get mixed. It'll probably get lost in translation, and then what you really meant to say, or even what you said at all, doesn't work. And, an example of this, this girl I was with, and we had we broken up. We were together for almost a year or something, and I was playing with my buddy on Call of Duty or something, It's like a weird story, but it's just kind of like a good example of it. And he didn't tell me who, and I didn't know this, but like a week after me and this chick had broken up, this dude that I thought was like a good friend, started talking to her, you know. So like already like what the fuck, like that's fucked up. And this like now that like I look back on it, like I could tell this kid's a fucking prick. Sorry, this is a little more serious. The podcast will probably go a little longer than whatever, but so he starts talking to her, and I didn't know this at the time. So he's like in between, he's like talking to someone else on the game, like when we're playing. So jokingly, I was like, "Oh, who are you talking to?" Or I was like, "What? What are you?" Because I thought he was talking. I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "Oh, it's my bad. I'm talking to some girl right now." So some girl. That means I don't fucking know her. You know, if you say some girl, and you don't specify, let me finish the story before I start going off. So jokingly, because I don't know who it is, I go, "Oh, tell that bitch to shut up, because it's gamer time. It's grind time. It's time to get these gold." I said something like that. Like jokingly, like, "Oh, tell her to be quiet, because it's gamer time." Something literally super fucking nerdy. But somehow, this dude, like, I don't know how he did it. I guess he was just recording me, like, at the right time. The super, super bad setup, it, like, now that I think about it. But, so he sends that to her, saying that I said that about her, telling her to tell her, like, damn, tell that bitch to shut up. And already, like, when I say bitch, like, just like, from how me and my friends talk to each other, like, that's just how, like, sometimes we'll refer to girls. And I know that's not, I know it's bad, whatever. But, like, in public, I'll say lady or, yeah. There's a time and place. So me and my homies, which I thought this guy was a homie, apparently not. So I called her a bitch. I'm like, that bitch over there. So that happens, and then, because, like, we kind of, like, me and the chick were, like, cool, like, after we broke up, And so he sends that to her, and then, it's just unnecessary, And then after he sends it, tells me, and I was like, "Well, why'd you send that?" And he's like, "Oh, I thought it was funny." Like a fucking ass. Like a piece of shit, honestly. Like, this is like, that shit, like, made me mad, because it's like, well, there's no reason, and he didn't, and then after he sends it, he's like, "Oh, it was this chick," but he already sent it, and then since we broke up, so deep down, we probably don't like each other that much anyways, and he's fucking talking to her now, so there's no way, realistically, she's gonna believe what I'm saying, and I'm not gonna waste my time trying to fight this. So, being the real person I am, I was like, well, that fucking sucks. Fuck both of them, So, yeah, and then all that goes down, and this dude, like, tries to, like, I don't know. You guys might have a different perspective on it, but I feel like that was fucked. They ended up not getting together, because of whatever reasons that doesn't matter to the story. Like, right, that, like, I could go on and expose and talk shit, but, like, once I got my example, and then I'm done, but yeah, I feel like it was just unnecessary, like, taking, like, shit out of context like that, and just, like, telling people, like when people ask, like, "Oh, are you busy?" Like, or, "What are you doing right now?" I just say, like, "I'm busy." I don't tell people what I'm doing, because, like, they don't need to know. Like, I'm focused. Like, if I'm doing something that's really important, like, it doesn't matter to the other person. I say I'm busy, and that's it. That's the end of the story, because you're not my mom, so it doesn't matter to you. So that's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like I forgot who said it, but some, probably Lil Pump, some fucking god of rap. Hey, you don't tell people what you're bad at, because then you get exposed. Probably Lil Pump, because, he's better than Kendrick. But yeah, that was my little rant of the time. So also, people that, little snakes in the grass, you never know. So sometimes you gotta mow the grass and kill the little snakes off, which, I did. And, like, it was whatever, and I obviously still don't like the kid. But, yeah, it's whatever. So, yeah. That's probably going to be the end of it. There's not really, been going on for, like, about an hour. I don't know, I might cut out some of the parts. But But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this. Next episode, I will try and get some of my buddies on the podcast again, so we'll have a more like funny one, more laughs and stuff. But yeah, thank you again to the sponsors, Torque Fit. Check them out. Link in the description below. And I'll see you guys in my next video or the next podcast. Later, guys.